Good morning and welcome to our 2016-17 school year for the majority of us, while our colleagues and students at Timrod Elementary School have been in session since July the 11th. To Ms. Carol Hill and her faculty and staff, we appreciate you hosting this district-wide event. We also want to express our appreciation to all the hard work that has been done by the planning committee for this professional development day. It's not easy to pull all these sessions together and make these arrangements, and the committee has done a great job. There are many outstanding things occurring in our district, and I hope you will use today to attend as many sessions as you possibly can and learn from your professional colleagues. Several options for lunch will be provided for you at a very reasonable cost, so there's no need for you to leave campus until the end of the day. I'm sure you thought since we weren't going to the Civic Center you would avoid my 18 minutes. Well, the good news is it's only 15 minutes this morning. With my 15 minutes, I want to talk about hitting the sweet spot as it relates to serving and educating our children. You might want to know, what is the sweet spot? Well, to those of us who have been involved in athletics as a participant and or a coach, we know when we hit the sweet spot. Examples, in golf, when you're playing that 150-yard par 3 and you hit a perfect 7-iron and the ball lands 2 feet from the hole. In baseball or softball, it's when you hit the sweet spot of the bat and drive the ball in the gap for a stand-up triple or a home run. Or in tennis, when you hit a backhand winner down the line that your opponent can't return. In basketball, it's when you release a shot from 20 feet and immediately you know it's going in the basket. Or in volleyball, when you receive the perfect set and at the top of your jump you spike the ball into your opponent's open court. Those moments don't happen on every occasion in sports, but we keep trying over and over again to replicate that feat, to hit the sweet spot as often as we possibly can. So you may have a question, and I have a question for you. When do you know you hit the sweet spot in your classroom as it relates to teaching and learning process? How often do you end the day knowing I was in the zone today? I hit the sweet spot and my students were highly engaged. They got it. I understand that to have all students authentically engaged for the entire class period is difficult for even our master teachers to accomplish. Engagement ebbs and flows as our classes progress. Our challenge is to hit the sweet spot the majority of the time we have students in our classes. I'm convinced that how we deliver instruction has everything to do with it. Unlike athletic accomplishments, where we can see or feel the results almost immediately, how do we know when we are hitting the sweet spot with our students as it relates to their learning? If you're not quite sure when it's occurring, I recommend, as I did last year, that you ask the students. Believe me, they will tell you what they think. And it can be done pre-K through 12th grade. Because knowing will change the way you teach our students. It will move you toward becoming a facilitator of learning and removes you from being the keeper of knowledge and or information. I challenge you to try this. Wait until after the first 2 weeks of school has passed and we get settled in. And then at least twice a week at the end of your class, just ask your students what worked well in the lesson that you presented and what could have been done differently to more engage them in learning. Write down their answers. It could help you hit the sweet spot more often. Take the advice of Nike. Just do it. I'm excited that a number of our schools will be implementing new programs this school year, all intended to improve the educational experiences for our children. Many of the programs and opportunities are first in the district and in some cases in this region. Briggs, Dewey O. Carter, Greenwood, McLaurin, North Vista, Savannah Grove, Del May, Moore Intermediate, and Southside Middle will enter their second year with Discovery Education and the Digital Leaders Corps. We are exploring the possibility of adding more schools to the group. However, the digital content provided by Discovery Education is available to all of our schools. Carver Elementary will enter in their second year working toward becoming a STEM magnet school. Lucy T. Davis and Sneed Middle will implement the Abbott program, which concentrates on closing the achievement gap and promoting college for all students. Del May Elementary will have a language immersion program starting with kindergarten. Greenwood and McLaurin will be implementing the Light Sale program, which is a literacy program that kids get to choose from thousands and thousands of books to read, and all during the time that they're doing that, their teachers will be able to assess and evaluate them. North Vista is exploring the possibility of becoming a primary year IB program. Royal Elementary is implementing Z-Space, a virtual reality classroom, and they're also using no red ink to enhance the writing abilities of their children. Timrod used the resource of time and went to a year-round calendar. They will also be implementing Achieve 3000, another very successful literacy program. Moore Intermediate will be implementing eSparks learning, which concentrates on math and language arts for a number of their fifth graders. Wilson High School will be implementing an early college program, which will give our students the opportunity not only to receive a high school diploma, but possibility of receiving an Associate of Arts degree at the same time. West and South Florence and Wilson High Schools, Sneed and Southside and Williams Middle School will continue working with the Southern Region Education Board, looking for better ways to improve the instruction delivery model to more engaged kids. And Southside and South Florence High School will be implementing a one-to-one initiative where all of our teachers and students will have their individual device, and we're looking forward to that. These are just some of the exciting opportunities our students will have access to this school year, and there are many more that I don't have time in my 15 minutes to name. We are building a new Delmay Elementary School that will open in the 2017 and 18 school year. Next will be Southside, followed by Williams, and phase 2 of the construction process will end with the new Savannah Grove Elementary School being built. We entered a partnership with the City of Florence and the Francis Marion University that we're going to renovate the old McClanagan High School to become the new central office, and Porter will become a new Magnet High School of the Arts and Health Sciences. We will be building a new R.N. Beck Child Development Center, and that process will begin in the next several weeks. We're implementing a new student code of conduct. It is our hope that all of us will embrace this new program so we can reduce office referrals and students being suspended from school. Simply stated, they learn more when we have them in school than they do when they're not in school. We have a lot to be proud of, and yet there is still so much work for us to do to meet the needs of our children. Make no mistake, the work we do as educators is the most important work in this community. If the quality of life is to remain good and get even better in our community, we have to properly educate all children. And lastly, never forget the myth of measurement. We never know on any given day when we might say or do something as leaders, and we are all leaders, that may change the life of a child. The myth is whether that change will be positive or negative. We will have a great school year, and I look forward to visiting your schools and your classrooms.